Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're talking about the 1440p support for PlayStation 5. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is going to be a little bit of an informative type video, just because I've had about, I would say about 4.5 hours now. Well, almost 5 hours. Well, no, I got home at 3:30. Well, about 3, almost 4. So yeah, so about 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours that I have had the opportunity to literally test every game I had downloaded. I downloaded a couple more. I'm downloading The Last of Us 2 right now so that I can check that out. So first of all, the thing I want to point out the most is this 1440p support on a 1440p monitor is literally incredible. Guerrilla Games, they updated Horizon Forbidden West just recently and gave it, it looks incredible on a 4K TV now. It looks even better on a 1440p monitor. It looks freaking incredible. Like, it looks so good, it's not even funny now. Like, the textures, the detail, everything, it just pulls it all in and super samples it down to 1440p, from, the higher resolutions, I believe it's 1800p. So they're super sampling that down to 1440p, so you're getting all the extra pixels, put right in there, so it makes it look so much better. I have tested Gran Turismo 7. I've tested it. It even makes Returnal look insanely good. Like, it looks so much better now. It is not even funny. And the added response time, the minimal response time that you get from a monitor, it makes it so much nicer, so much smoother. It's so good. Now, my monitor is a LG. I'll have it linked in the description if you wanna check it out and see if maybe you can find something a little bit cheaper or even this. The monitor I got, I can run a 4K signal to it, so I can play my games at 4K 60 on this monitor. And yes, that sounds weird, but it is a 1440p monitor all the way up to 165 frames a second, but it's also a 4K monitor to 60 frames a second, which is pretty cool. I really like that. It's made it so I can play my PlayStation 5 on there at 4K. I usually get that. So here's the biggest setback to the 1440p that we have right now. There is no inclusion for VRR support. The HDM or the 1440p for the PlayStation 5 appears to be running on HDMI 2.0. The PlayStation 5 solution for VRR is HDMI 2.1. That just further makes me think that they are in the process of implementing VRR support that will run a better gamut. I would expect an in-zone monitor in the 1440p range to be able to support the PlayStation 5 with better VRR. I do feel like that is coming. It sucks that these features weren't there at the beginning. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. Why weren't they there? Why weren't they there? It's simple, man. PlayStation never even thought about doing any of this. When they designed the PlayStation 5, they were designing this for a 4K TV. They were designing this for 1080p and 4K. They didn't have it planned to do this for 1440p. You could tell that's obvious. They didn't have any plans to really bring VRR support to this. The PlayStation 5, now I know on this channel I've said it's rushed a lot of times or it's in early access, and that's kind of true. I mean, the PlayStation 5 is in early access. I mean, the PlayStation 4 was in early access for a long time. But the willingness of PlayStation to start bringing us these features and not making us pay a $10 upgrade fee, for VRR support, or $10 upgrade fee for 1440p for support. I'm gonna give Sony credit where it's due. Like, this is an amazing update for your PlayStation 5, and this can potentially save you a lot of money by you just getting a monitor. Like, you just getting a 1440p monitor for this PlayStation 5 will save you a ton of money. And you won't have to choose. Like, you don't have to choose. Like, my biggest problem with the PlayStation 5 to date has literally been the fact that I've had to choose between either really pretty visuals and performance. And, like, some of the games, like, I'm kind of snobby when it comes to PlayStation. Like, I am. Like, I'm a PlayStation snob. I expect the best because that's what the PlayStation brand is to me when it comes to visuals. Like, it's like the ultimate best. They're the ones that are out there trying to push the boundaries and make everything look better and do all this weird and do all this new and exciting stuff. And so I expect more out of PlayStation as a longtime fan. I've been a PlayStation fan since the PS1. And I've seen them grow, and they've given me millions, or not millions. I haven't played a million games in my life, but they've given me a lot of experiences and a lot of memories over the years of amazing PlayStation games that I really loved and I enjoyed. I loved playing them. The PlayStation 5 has kind of started off a little bit, a little bit worse for me because we're all getting older and we're spending lots and lots of. So, I mean, most of us with PS4 Pros and Xbox Ones, a lot of us went out there and we bought a 4K 60 TV so we could use it on our PS4 Pro, right? You know what I mean? Like, we bought that. And then PlayStation's bringing out another console and they're like, well, hey, man, if you want to use these features, you're going to have to pony up for another TV, and these ones are twice as much as the last one you just bought. And that's if you bought like a budget $500-$600 4K TV to play your PS4 Pro on. Now they're wanting you to essentially double what you spent on that just to play the new console. And let's face it, man, most of us, when we buy a TV, a screen, that thing's got a lifetime commitment with us, man. We're not really out there to like start buying these TVs. But here's the thing, man. Here's where things are starting to kind of change for me. Since the Xbox has been out, we've had support for 1440p. I bought an Xbox Series S for the channel. I ended up buying a 1440p monitor for that. Of course, I'm going to try all the systems on there. And once I played my Xbox Series X on this 1440p monitor and it does super samples down, everything literally looks incredible. Everything. Like, it doesn't, like any game that you're looking at on your 4K TV right now, you're like, ooh, boy, I wish that could look a little better. Wait till your 1440p arrives and you put it on your 1440p monitor. It is going to clean up everything for you. Ghost of Tsushima. Love the freaking game. Think it's one of the best PlayStation games I've played in a very long time. Ghost of Tsushima, I've always kind of been like, oh man, I wish this had better textures, or I wish this looked a little bit better. I mean, that kind of looks a little, like the textures look a little muddy on that spot or this spot. I just got done playing Ghost of Tsushima for a little while. When this game gets super sampled down from 4K to 1440p and it's running at 60 frames a second, it literally looks freaking incredible. This game is so beautiful now. I don't think they need a new texture pack now if I'm playing it on my 1440p monitor, and that's me being honest. Like, I am pretty happy about this, and if they can figure out, I'm waiting on I should be getting an update for my 4K TV any freaking day now that will allow me to use my PlayStation 5's full VRR range on my TV. That should be coming any day. They said they were rolling them out starting today, so as soon as I get that, I'll be able to test that other feature of the PlayStation 5. But I'll tell you what, man, if I have to choose between my PlayStation 5 on the 4K with the VRR or my PlayStation 5 at 60 frames a second on the 1440p monitor, I'm going with the 1440p monitor. I'm telling you, like, PlayStation 5 doesn't support Dolby Vision, so there's no real need to have it on my 4K TV, and everything looks better at 1440p. It really looks a lot better. You don't have to choose anymore. You can get 60 frames a second, and you can get crisp, clean, beautiful visuals. I mean, granted, you are going to be stuck at whatever monitor ranges are the biggest you can get. But me personally, that 32-inch behind me, literally incredible, perfect for me to be able to sit here. Well, I run this channel, so I'm sitting here, making videos and playing on these monitors a lot more. Like ever since I've gotten these monitors, guys, to be completely honest with you, I rarely ever put my games on my 4K TV anymore. It's so rare, it's not even funny. I either sit back there at the big monitor with the Series X, the Series S, or the PC, or I have the PlayStation 5 hooked up over here on the little monitor, and that's just where it goes. I haven't been playing the PlayStation 5 that much, but this here is probably gonna be a lot better. Was running through Spider-Man, the remake, and this thing makes the visuals look so much better. There's so much more fidelity at 1440p when it's super sampled down that it looks good. It looks really, really good. So I highly recommend anybody that out there with a PlayStation 5, as soon as this update is live, find yourself the best 1440p monitor, the right size, and man, start like gaming like really good. I'm telling you, a monitor really does change the experience. You go from 8 milliseconds down to 1 millisecond response time. It's incredible. Like, you can literally feel it. It does feel good. I'm grateful that we finally. Man, I wish I would have known about monitors sooner, man. I've been a console gamer my whole life. I wish I would have known about monitors sooner. I probably would have bought a gaming monitor a long time ago had I really known about it. Because your Xbox One S will actually work with VRR support, so that's something to think about, man. Definitely highly recommend trying this. This is probably the future for gaming, man. It's just undeniable. It feels better. But I mean, if you're somebody that likes to sit there in front of an 85-inch TV, nothing's gonna change you. Nothing's gonna change you, man. That's you. That's what you want to do. Enjoy that. But this is great for the PlayStation, especially for people like myself that really put a lot of focus on visuals when it comes to PlayStation games. This is a really good update. This is really solid for the PlayStation 5. I can't wait for you guys to finally get this in your hands. I am pretty happy with it. There's some other stuff. You'll be able to do folders now. You'll be able to create folders for games. You'll be able to more 3D audio stuff for the headphones and stuff. This right here is probably that one thing that's probably going to actually get me to play the PlayStation 5 more often. Like, I won't be so... It's going to be one of those things where I might not be so one-sided anymore and always just turning on my Xbox, because my Xbox was delivering all of that. And now that I have another option, and with the PlayStation games, I mean, we'll see. There's still some things, that I wish PlayStation would change, but at this point right now, like, this pretty much makes the console a much better experience for picky people like myself that like our graphics and whatever else when it comes to PlayStation. I don't understand why I'm so picky when it comes to PlayStation, man. Maybe it's just that mindset that you get in as a PlayStation fan. But Xbox is... I really do think you need both. Get yourself a solid 1440p monitor, hook up your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox Series X, and never, ever, ever again worry about visuals again. Because you're going to get an amazing freaking opportunity with this. So, with PlayStation finally bringing 1440p, I'm really hoping that Xbox and PlayStation, third-party developers and everybody come together and they start putting out native 1440p with high-quality visuals, better ray tracing, and way better performance, because these machines are 1440p beasts. Like, seriously, man, 1440p in my opinion with super high quality settings is way better than 4K any day of the week. It just is. It looks better. It's not as intensive to run the games. You'll always get better performance, and you will enjoy gaming far more than you ever will on a 4K TV. Like, I know. Don't get me wrong, dude. I love my 4K TV. I love my 4K too, but I'm telling you right now, man, 1440p is way freaking better, because the performance will always be better at 1440p than it will ever be at 4K. So, if you like this content, if you found this a little bit informative, man, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Um, this this changes a lot, man. This definitely makes the PlayStation 5 a better console, man. More, it's starting to feel more next gen to me now. It doesn't just feel like an upgraded PS4 Pro. It's starting to feel like an actual next gen console. It's starting to get next gen features that will allow me the choice that I want to play my video games. So, like I said, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.